If you like what you see, come and get it with me. I know you deserve all you want, 'cause your heart's made of gold. But don't wait till you're old. If you want it, I get you some.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel for the Bravo Breakdown with Joleen. That's me, stand-up comedian and Bravo superfan Joleen Lunzer, here to break it all down for you. Tonight, we are talking about the newest episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 13, Episode 2, an unwelcome or unwise surprise or something, I think the title is. We are going to do what we do best here, recap and roast. We take a comedic look at all things Bravo television, and tonight that is The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you want to support the channel further than liking or subscribing, you can always send a super chat while we're live. You can send a super thanks after the video posts, or you can hit me up on the Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, check out my Patreon or my YouTube membership. And always remember to follow me on social media at Joleen Lunzer everywhere. And now, instead of at married2 Bravo on Instagram, you can follow me. I think it's Bravo Breakdown with Joleen. That's long. I should probably change that. But at Bravo Breakdown with Joleen as we head towards 10,000 followers over there. So yes. Okay. We have a lot to talk about tonight with tonight's episode. I have notes from the episode. I have some screenshots. We are getting back into Beverly Hills, and it is a interesting time for many of the women and many of the marriages. So please sound off in the chat and the comment section later, telling me all of your thoughts, hopes, dreams, and opinions regarding Beverly Hills and these crazy housewives. Okay, so Season 13, Episode 2. We start the episode with Erika Jayne going to meet Dorit, Beverly Beach by Dorit, for a picnic right in the smack dab middle of Beverly Hills. I think it was near the Beverly Hills sign, that really touristy place off of Santa Monica Boulevard. And I think that's where they had the picnic. And it looked like Dorit hired some little cuties to do some cottagecore to her picnic. And it was really adorable. Okay. Then Erika Jayne shows up, and who's not on Ozempic. In case you were wondering, Erika Jayne is not on Ozempic. It's hormones, also known as Ozempic, maybe. But she's not on Ozempic, but she shows up with her little skinny self, and they sit down and talk, and it's chilly. It's a chilly day in Beverly Hills. And Erika tells Dorit, listen, I want to fix this. She's like, honey, I want to fix this. Okay. It's not negotiable for me because I need to be your friend. All right. Because I know I hurt you. But I don't have a lot of friends, honey. I don't got friends like you got friends. And Dorit's like, oh, that's so sweet. Yes, it is. Me and PK. You know, Erika. You know, I love when Dorit delivers us these lines that are so dramatic. You know, Erika, you know why it hurts my feelings? It's because PK and I were going through a very hard time. After the robbery of my house that some say PK set up, he didn't, but they say he did. I then was doing a little shopping, you know, just heading to the local Target boutique, Target if you will. And I went to the cash machine like you do, or ATM as they call them. And I took out just a little wham, like my grandpa used to call it, walking around money, just to buy a couple small things, some Tide Pods, unscented, you know, just some things. I took out just a meager $10,000 and I put it in my handbag. And then I walked away from my cart. And when I turned around or walked back, it was gone. Someone had stolen just months after the home invasion that left me with crippling PTSD that PK doesn't understand. He just understands flights to London. And the 10 grand was gone. It was chump change, but still. The police were called and they looked at the cameras, Erika. Okay, and Erika's like, honey, this story is long. Let's speed it up here, okay? I got stuff to do, not really. Okay, Erika, let me finish. So, to make a long story longer, The police looked at the tapes, and when they watched the surveillance videos, they saw that there were 3 men that had been following me to the Target boutique, the Target, into the Wild Fables section, and took my purse. And that just reignited all of my PTSD, unlike anything anyone has ever seen. Okay. So Dorit, unfortunately, nothing to laugh at. She was allegedly robbed. They followed her into the store, and there were 3 guys, and she has just been robbed. So the PTSD is back. It is back. It is back. It is back. And PK just didn't understand. Erika's like, yeah, honey, yeah, he wasn't there for you. Didn't feel safe. I got it. Anyways, I got to get this apology over, honey, because we're giving away free tickets to my Vegas show. I got more hormones to inject. So they made up. And Dorit told us about her terrible PTSD and how PK just isn't there for her because he owes too many people money. He can't be there for anybody. Allegedly, okay? Everything I say is true except for the parts that are false. Everything is alleged. Entertainment purposes only. All right. So again, Erika's like, okay, honey, that's great. That's a great story. Thank you for sharing. Is it about me? I'm trying to learn this empathy thing. Is it working? I'm supposed to put myself in your shoes, but I wouldn't wear your shoes because they're not cute. All right. I want to repair my friendship. I have to. It's non-negotiable. Honey, because I don't have any friends. Doing Erika's voice is making me choke. So they hug and they just, they make up because Erika, she needs this friendship because not a lot of people are rolling with her anymore. Okay. So Erika and Dorit's like, I wish you would have said this at the retreat. Maybe I would have had less of the PTSD had you said that. So they hug and we're through. The big Erika's apology has landed. She showed a little bit of empathy. Well, probably not empathy, more desperation. Where she's like, honey, I can't lose any more friends. I'm looking for one under the bed and everything. Honey, I don't even know what to do. So then we go to Sutton's house, okay? And Sutton is talks to Garcelle on the phone. They talk about the upcoming trip. They're going to Vegas for Crystal's 40th. Baby Crystal is turning 40. So Crystal is in this episode. I don't think she was in last episode, but she's in this episode. She's turning 40. So they're going to go to Vegas. They talk about that. And then some lady named Alessandra shows up and she's a matchmaker. She's like, matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. And she shows up and she was like, oh my God, water would be delightful. I would love some water. She came in with a full like LA accent. Like, I would love some water. It would be excellent. She sits down with Sutton and Sutton's like, I don't get a lot of second dates. I do. I call myself the one date wonder. You want to know why? It's because I think men are intimidated by me because I'm not a dirty slut. And also, my intellect is superior to most. So Sutton is just feeling herself. She is like, thank you, Hype Man Husband Chell, coming in with the beverage break. Sutton's just like, my intellect is so much better. And it is superior to most of the men's that I meet. So it could also be that I talk about my restless leg syndrome within the first 2 minutes of the date. We sit down and he's like, would you like to see the wine menu? She's like, no. Maybe, but would you like to hear about my restless leg? If I kick you under the table, it's because I don't like you and I have restless leg. So Sutton is just, she wants to date. She's been divorced 7 years. I feel like this is the first season we're really seeing Sutton talk about her ex-husband. We're learning more about just how much money this chick has and this divorce settlement. I mean, geez, divorce me for that. That is... She got like some minor league baseball team. She gets $300,000 a month in spousal support till she dies. She got like a 1.2 million allegedly, and a bunch of other stuff in the divorce settlement. So we're learning more about Sutton in this relationship. And she's like, it's been 7 years now since I was with my husband. Okay. And I'm ready. I'm ready to not just be the one date wonder. So Alessandra's like, well, my motto, let men take the lead. And I was like, what do you mean take the... Oh my God. Let men call the shots. I don't know what she meant by this. But Sutton's like, excuse me, what? No, men take the lead. Honey, we'll be in the middle of the streets. Okay. Sutton says she it's hard for her to let men take the lead. Like maybe on paying, but Sutton can like buy and sell these dudes, so I don't know. And then Alessandra goes, "What are your hobbies? What are your hobbies?" And she said, "Telling people what to do." And Alessandra's like, "Wow, I have my work cut out for me with you, Sutton." So her hobbies are telling people what to do. And Sutton says, "Well, honey, you're gonna have to really work on me with that one, letting the men take the lead, because men do not lead well, and I will eat them for breakfast like a gosh darn Pop-Tart." Okay. So we learn that Sutton is like, I'm a powerful woman, and we learn later in the episode why she has such a problem letting men take the lead, as Alessandra says. I mean, what the hell? What the hell? I mean, what does that even mean? I wish she would have elaborated. What do you mean? Like make the decisions, lift you up, lead in dancing? What's she talking about? Then we get a Crystal segment. You guys, Crystal is still on the show. Crystal Minkoff is there, and she's with her brother, who is the Justin Bieber of China. I forgot about her brother. Her brother's name is Jeff. Jeff, the pop star in China. He's there. And this story was weird. It's very weird. Okay. Jeff was engaged. Jeff's older than Crystal, but Crystal says Jeff acts younger than Crystal. Rob's there. Rob's 20 years older than Crystal. Okay. God bless. The Lion King, her husband. And Jeff, her brother, the Justin Bieber of China, said he was engaged to a woman. It's been a couple of years now since their engagement broke off. And the reason Crystal said their engagement ended is because during the pandemic, Crystal and her mom were like, "Listen, Justin Bieber of China, you got to get back to the States." And he was in like Mexico. And finally, he was like, "All right, I'll come back." And he came without his fiance. Who the frick leaves their fiance during a pandemic? What? The woman that's going to be your wife? And Crystal goes, "And I think he blames me for it." He should blame himself. Why is he leaving? I mean, I think her brother seems like a sweetie, but why did you leave your fiance, your future wife, in Mexico? Why wouldn't you just stay with her? So he's just listening to what his mom and his sister said. That was a little strange. I needed a little more backstory. The lady Alessandra, she is some matchmaker. She's like that one chick that had a matchmaking show on Bravo back in the day, Patty Styles or Patty Mean Pants, Patty Bangs. Do you know what I'm talking about? Patty straight hair, straight across bangs. That Patty Sutherland. No, that's Kiefer Sutherland. You know who I'm talking about. Patty Stanger, the Stang, the Strange, the Stein, the Stein. It's Sutton, Tiffany. Yes, Tiffany says, "I thought Vanderpump was the big dog." It's Sutton. All day, every day. Sutton has it. She's got it like that. She has got it like that. So Jeff, the pop star, was like, "Yeah, I left my fiance. I guess it didn't work out." Yeah, I'm sorry. If I'm engaged to you and you leave me during a pandemic to go to another country because mommy and sister said so, we're going to have some issues. And she couldn't go because she had a Chinese passport only or something. I think that's what they said. So very interesting. Very, very interesting. And then he talks about wanting to find another woman and get married, like Crystal and Rob are married. And then he says, "Crystal, what if I bring home a woman 20 years my junior, like Rob the Lion King, when you told me you were dating him and he was 40 and you were 20, and he had his shirt buttoned down to his belly button and he had sunglasses on at night?" And Crystal's like, "Yeah, we had to fix that. I mean, if you find a woman as beautiful, kind, smart, prestigious, wonderful, kind, did I mention kind, as me, then I'd be fine with it." So Crystal seems to, it's okay for her, but maybe not okay for the Justin Bieber of China to have a wife that's 20 years younger. I forget that the Lion King is 20 years older than her. I mean, it's not as bad as the Erika Jane Tom Girardi age gap, but if you think a 40-year-old, what the frick did the Lion King have in common with a 20-year-old? I'm sorry. I'm side-eyeing. I'm side-eyeing it. Okay. All offense, no offense. I am side-eyeing it. No offense, all offense. I just am. Rob, Lion King, she just got out of her teens. It's a little weird. Okay. So Kyle then picks up Dorit. Beverly Beach by Dorit. Kyle got a new Range Rover because she's not going through a midlife crisis. And it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars, allegedly. Kyle is picking up Dorit, and Dorit thinks they're going to a lunch, just a girl's lunch, to gossip and talk shit. And really, Kyle is helping PK surprise Dorit at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel, which is the Pretty Woman Hotel. So PK is doing a Pretty Woman themed anniversary party for his wife. Okay, but it's your wife for like a while. She pushed out your babies, and you're basically like, hey, I'm Richard Gere. Okay, minus the alleged gerbils, which we talked about on another stream. It's not true. How that rumor stuck with Richard Gere all those years, we'll never know. And you are going to be Julia Roberts, but her character, who is a prostitute. So come on in, baby. Come on in. It's interesting. It's weird. It's weird. I'm sorry. If my husband was like, what, let's recreate Pretty Woman, I'd be like, why? Why? But God bless. So in the car ride over, Dorit starts like Diane Sawyering Kyle. First, I think Dorit talks about a little bit about her relationship, but then she talks about Kyle and Mo's relationship. And Dorit's like, I know, I'm going back into Sutton. She's like, I know something's up with them because me and PK, we used to travel with them. We have dinners with them. And let's just say Kyle and Mauricio haven't been a couple in a long time. Like she hasn't seen them be a couple in a very long time. And at this time, while they're filming, the rumors are going crazy. The rumor mill of splitting up, what's going on between Kyle and Mauricio. And Kyle's like, what are you talking about? And she's just like licking her newly filled lips like, what do you mean? Why are you asking that? What's going on? What's happening? Huh? Kyle, she has a 30-mile thigh gap now. She really does. You know, Kyle would do Teddy's walk, and she would tease it because she kind of has this like, that's Kyle's walk now. It's like the thigh gap is so big. She's just, I don't know how her legs are holding her up. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. It just looked like a 30-mile thigh gap, like 30 miles in between there. It's a pretty big thigh gap. So Kyle is, why would you say that? And Dorit's like, well, I mean, I don't think you've been, I can tell something. And Dorit's really pushing, trying to get the info from Kyle. And I was like, yes, Dorit, try to get it. And Kyle says, I just feel like I needed a little freedom and space. And Dorit's like, from your husband? Kyle's like, I guess, yeah. And I got a bunch of tattoos and I'm kind of angry and no one can tell me what to do. Oh, so then they arrive at the Beverly Wilshire, whatever, Pretty Woman Hotel. And they go in. And Dorit's like, where are we having lunch, Kyle? Is this Beverly Beach by Dorit? What's going on? And they check in and she's like, Kyle, what is going on? And Dorit starts panicking. She's having like anxiety and Kyle's like, just ride with it, babe. And then she's, 30-foot thigh gap walking around and they go to a room and there is some snacks and Dorit's not impressed. She immediately is upset. She's like, what is going on? And she reads the note and it's like, happy anniversary, babes. It's me, PK. Sorry, I owe money all around town into, Las Vegas, allegedly. Sorry about that, babes. But, enjoy this. I'm with Boy George right now. Rock out with your cock out. Bye. And she's like, what is this? In Pretty Woman, he said he ordered the whole menu for her. I have a little bit of carrot sticks and some fruit. This is not Beverly Beach by Dorit. So she starts freaking out. Kyle's laughing her ass off. Kyle calls PK like, what do I do? Dorit's like, I need some air. I'm having anxiety. And she's like, I left my kids and I told my kids I would see them later. And now I don't know what's happening. And then the producers are like, Dorit, ask Kyle. She goes, Kyle doesn't know. She doesn't know anything. And then Kyle's cracking up, talking shit. And then to PK and PK's kind of like, just calm her down. And then it cuts to this little like confessional, with PK and Dorit. And PK I don't, what exactly did he say? I don't know if I screen grabbed exactly what he said, but PK was like, "Hey, Kyle likes getting a rise out of me. She likes, oh, that's my Australian coming out, but Kyle likes doing these surprises, but she mostly likes to laugh when I screw up at the surprises for Bubba, for Bubs, Babes, Bubs. But it would be nice if Mauricio ever did this kind of thing for her." His was a little more cutting. I was like, damn, PK, you're going to go after your friend Mo like that and Kyle's relationship? I'm very curious. I have not checked out Kyle's social media to see if she's responded to that, but ooh, okay. She was just like, oh my goodness, PK is just dragging people, and he owes so much money to be dragging so many people, but I guess he's just a dragon over there. So finally Kyle leaves, and then or Kyle's still there, and a dress rack is brought in, and there's all these red dresses, and obviously PK wants her to wear red. She's like, "Oh, he wants me to wear red? Oh no. Do you have my Beverly Beach bronzer? That makes the outfit. I don't really enjoy people choosing my clothes for me. It's not me." Season 7 Dorit is back. It's just not. I have a whole line. See, she tells the stylist, he sent in a stylist and dresses, and she tells them, "I am a stylist and I am a designer, so I know these things and I know what I look good in." But they're trying to recreate this Julia Roberts outfit from Pretty Woman, and Dorit is already not happy. She doesn't like this lack of control. The only time she gets calmed down before this is when she hears from her kids, and she calls PK, and the kids are like, "Mommy, you're fine. Hello, Mommy. Go have some fun with Daddy. We'll be here with the nannies. Goodbye." And she goes, "Oh, I feel so much better." But then at dinner, well, before they get to dinner, PK has live music. So he has that music from Top Gun, not Pretty Woman. I love how the producers were like roasting them up a little bit, like, this is from Top Gun. And it was that song, "You Take My Breath Away." And she sang it so beautifully. And then there was that guy on the guitar, and he was doing his thing. And Dorit goes, "Oh, I love this song. It's one of my favorites." And then the singer woman, I'm sorry, I don't know her name, she hugged Dorit. She goes, "He really loves you." And Dorit's like, "Oh, and I love me too." She didn't say that, but I think she could have. She could have said that. So then they meet down. The two of them, they met down in the lounge, and they went to this new suite for her to be serenaded with "Take My Breath Away." And then she's like, "Oh, PK, this is more my style." Because the first room she went in, she was like, "I am not impressed. I am going to need to go outside and, figure out what's going on. I need some air." And then now she's more impressed with the room. She's a little more like, okay. He got her like, yeah, Amy, he got her like 1,000 roses. It was a lot. And then they kind of do flashbacks to, they always go all out for each other on these occasions. And it's like, well, maybe if you went a little less all out, he could pay back some of his debts, maybe, or taxes. I don't know. I'm just saying, maybe we don't need such a spectacle, because Dorit's not really enjoying it. Dorit's not impressed. All right. She's freaking out. She's just kind of like, well, PK, you know that I don't really like when people pick out my clothes. I like to pick out my clothes. I pick out the best clothes, PK. And PK's like, "Oh, babes, I'm probably not going to do a lot of, surprises for you anymore." Then he's not going to really do that. He also, on a loan, gave her a $5 million necklace. And he goes, "Don't get too used to it, babe. It's on loan." Like, everything they have is rented, which is obviously the sign of true opulence and true wealth, is when you rent everything. Thank you, Mims, for the first super chat. Mims says, "All I see is a man going deeper in debt for an." Thank you. It's not cute when you can't afford it. Dorit was just saying, and I think there are men that fall into this trap, especially in the housewives world. Like, I don't need the spectacle. I need you to help me out at home. Can you get the kids off to school? Can you do the dishes? Can you do something? Anything? Just the normal 9 to 5. That is sexy as hell. When your husband takes care of something because you're struggling, because she's struggling with this PTSD, she's struggling with all these damn robberies, just walking around with her wham, her walking around money of 10K, and people are like, zoink, gonna take it. I wonder if it was in like a Birkin. I don't know what kind of handbag it was in, but she's been robbed twice. So I don't really think she needs to recreate Pretty Woman when she has crime happening in her real life and her husband knows all this money. It's probably just more stressful. So she's like, maybe you could load the dishwasher every now and then, that would be beautiful, PK. Bubs, maybe you could, just wipe off a counter or not pound a whole bag of Lay's potato chips, because there's nothing sexy when you have grease all over your chest. You're already very old. You're a very old man. No offense, all offense. Thank you, Chicken Head, PK, Neely, saying PK sounds bitter. They are not happy. No, there is trouble brewing. And Dorit, admits this, talking to Erika, talking to Kyle, that they have struggled. And PK at this dinner, to add more romance to the, debt that's just compounding on top of debt, he says, yeah, babes, don't really understand your that PTSDs, whatever that's called. Yeah, I don't really get it. So he is not even attempting to understand her like mental health or the stress she has around the house or the increase in her anxiety levels due to these things. He's just like, just going to take her over to the Beverly Wilshire and Bubs there will just, rent a necklace. I mean, how much is it to rent a $5 million necklace? I'm sorry. Why? I could see if you're going to like an award show or red carpet for the night, some fancy event, but they're in a hotel room with a Top Gun song where they're just going to eat escargot and then maybe have sex. But I would rather just have like a real gift I could keep. Why would I want to wear the necklace in the hotel room? What does that do for me? Am I supposed to go, oh, and then you got to take it away from me? That's kind of like handing me a kitten and going, it's yours for an hour. And I'm like, no, then I fall in love with the kitten. No, either it's mine or it's not. I don't understand the rented jewelry thing unless you're going to some big event or a red carpet thing. Then I get it. But other than that, not to your husband. No, you should have went to K Jewelers or something, Adam says, I can't believe PK is still in his 50s. Girl, he is in his 70s. No offense, all offense. He is in his, what's super hot and sexy? What gets me all hot and bothered in the pantalones is when my husband pays the bills. Oh my gosh, when we're not behind and we don't owe money to the government and we're not renting homes, when we can buy a home, when the bills are paid. Oh my God, that is sexy. I don't need a bunch of cheesy roses. I just need you to not owe money all around the world. That's what I need. So poor Dorit, she was just like not impressed. And she's like, I don't even like this dress anyways. And I don't like when other people touch me or dress me. It's not enough. He's like, all right, then I'll never do this again. It's over, bubs. Okay. So he could have just done some everyday stuff, some thoughtful things. Acts of service seems to be her love language right now, PK. Look it up. Look it up. Then we're back at Kyle's house. Okay. Kyle's like, me and Mo aren't in sync. No shit. No shit. They're struggling. It's a struggle bus happening with Mo and Kyle. And Kyle's like, you don't have a choice. I can do what I want. I'm going to get all the tattoos. I hate you, Dad. I mean, Mauricio. So she doesn't feel like she and Mauricio are in sync. She thinks he's consumed with work. The other woman is the agency. Or the other woman is another woman, probably. Right? Allegedly. And they're going to have a birthday party for Portia. She's turning 15. And so they're having family and friends over and they start arriving. And I am like, what? Portia's 15? I'm so old. I've been watching this show since she was teeny. And now she's 15. It's so weird because I have not gotten older at all. So that's like the really weird part. Whatever. So they're very off. I mean, Kyle looks like she hates Mauricio. She is so over him. I would like to know the real tea. I want to know what she found. And you know what I think a lot of it could be is her being sober now, the sober mind, when you aren't using like alcohol, drugs, food to kind of hide, mask your feelings or to like feed your feelings. And now through sober eyes, she's like, really? This is what I've been putting up with. It's amazing what you will see, how differently you'll see through sober eyes. And just as a sober person myself. And I think Kyle probably didn't even realize how much she had to use alcohol or other things in order to just get through the day and get through these marital woes. And now it's a totally different ball game when you are dealing with the regular life and the, relationship struggles and you're sober. And Mauricio's high as fuck. He's drinking wine. So she looks like she's going to be on an episode of Snapped. I'm worried for Mauricio. She does not, she's just like, I hate you. That's what it looks like to me. That's what it looks like. They're really in a rut. I think she has pushed it down for so long and the resentment has grown. And now it's all coming out and she basically can't stand this man. There's a point where he goes to put his arm around her and hug her and she's like, and he's like, ah. But also I think he's faking the funk for the cameras. And I think she's kind of like, I'm not doing that. I'm sober. I mean, Kyle had a party and there's mail on her counter. Maybe I am too Midwestern, but I would never have people at my house with dirty kitchen countertops. I don't know. Put in the chat. How do you guys feel? I mean, I would never. I had to rewind and go back because Mauricio brings up the mail and how they got to clean up the mail. And I'm like, what are you talking about the mail? And then I look, I was like, Jesus God, they have like the little food buffet in the kitchen and then just a pile of hoarded mail. Like who's getting that much mail? How many Capital One offers are they giving you guys? I mean, that's weird. And you couldn't just do you not have a junk drawer? That to me was the most disturbing part of this episode was how much mail was on the counter. When people are over, you got to hide it and pretend you got your shit together. But Kyle's like, I don't care. Yeah, there's mail. I'm not picking it up. I'm stressed right now, Mauricio. Mauricio's like, ugh. And then the mother-in-law, Mauricio's mom comes over and she was like, hi, Kyle, it's me, your mother-in-law with a facelift. Don't I look great? Anyways, what's this with you and Mauricio? So she chooses to question Kyle about her relationship status with her son at her daughter's birthday. Like, what a weird time. And Kyle's like, no, it's not even a big deal. I just was seen without my ring. I was lifting weights one time and we're like, sure, Kyle. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And it is smoky. It is Smokey the Bear over here. So the mother-in-law asks, and then Kyle tells the mother-in-law, she's like, I'm going to tell you something, you're not going to be happy. And she's like, what? I have tattoos. Again, I don't know. You're like 50. Who cares? What's she going to do? Ground you? She's not even your mom. I guess I just didn't understand the significance to, you have tattoos? You're like 53 years old, 55. I don't know how old, something like that. You can get tattoos. And it was almost like she turned into a little kid. She's like, yeah, just so you know. And her mother-in-law's like, I don't care. That's fine. She's like, well, maybe your son does too. And in that moment, I'm like, ooh, Kyle is trying to get Mauricio grounded. She is trying to get him in trouble because she's so mad at him and she hates him right now. And Kyle's mom or Mauricio's mom's like, what? Who? Well, maybe he doesn't. Maybe I'm kidding. Anyways, go talk to him. Kyle was totally setting her husband up to get in trouble by his mom for a tattoo or tattoos he has. Huh? If I got a tattoo, Nana doesn't get a say about said tattoos because I'm too freaking old and she wouldn't care. So I didn't understand this whole tattoo thing. I was like, okay. Yeah, Amy says she's so thin, her brain is starving. Her pendulum swung too far. She needs to recenter herself. Oh, goodness. JC says, my mom would be mortified if they're right. I would be more in trouble for the mail on the counter than I would a tattoo. My mom would be like, oh, cool. But if Nana came to my house and I was having a party with people over, she would be hiding that mail and going, Joe, what's up with the mail? We got to get the mail out of the way. And I would be like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. That's what my mom would be mad about. Not a damn tattoo. But yeah, I guess it probably has something to do with that then. Yvonne says tattoos are not good in the Jewish religion. So it probably is some kind of, the importance of it lies on religion or something, because that's the only reason I can think that she would be that upset over a tattoo. Maybe it's something with, desecrating the body. Aren't there certain religions too where you can't be buried in certain places or something like that if you do something like that to your body? I don't know. I'm speaking out of my ass here, but maybe. But Kyle totally ratted him out. And then she goes and Portia, they start having food, and Portia gets a $1,300 Cartier love band. I feel like they gave her like a chastity ring or something, or they gave her one of those like celibacy. What are the things the Jonas Brothers used to wear? Was it celibacy rings? You know what I'm talking about, what the Mormon brothers got. But she was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And I can't believe Portia's 15 again. So then Kyle talks to Mauricio and says, oh, he comes in the kitchen, and Farah, her oldest daughter's there. And then their other daughter, Sophia, or I think it was Sophia, is there. And Mo's like, hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, we got to do something about the mail. I'm high and I'm drunk. I'm Mauricio. What's going on? And Kyle's like, I might have told your mom about your tattoos. And she was fine with it. She just doesn't care. And he's like, what? What's wrong with you? Why would you do that? That's not your story to tell. She's like, she doesn't care. It was like they are squabbling, like fighting siblings, not like married people. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Megan. Purity rings. Yes. It's like they gave her a purity ring. Yes, Nana would be mortified if I had people over and I had a pile of mail. First of all, Nana loves mail. My mom would be, can I open it? She's nosy and she loves mail. Her favorite time of day is when the mail person comes and she's like, and if they're a minute late, she's like, I better call. They didn't bring the mail. And I rarely check my mail. It's like overflowing. I feel so bad for my mail person because they're like shoving my mail in there because I'm like, oh yeah, I have to check that mail. Whoops. Whoopsie. Yeah, tit for tat with the tattoos. So Mauricio is mad. And then Kyle goes over and tries to talk to him. And they are just, he's like, I don't want to talk about it. And in the middle of the party, and I think everyone has had those experiences where you're like arguing with a significant other when you're like, you're having these like under the breath arguments, like, just come on, whatever, no, I don't want to talk about it right now. We got to talk about it, but not at the party, and it's just like so awkward. But these two are on another level. And I love how Kyle plays it off like, well, I guess this is what people talk about when you go through hard times. Girl, you cannot tell me you've had all these kids and all this stuff and you guys have never went through hard times before. This is just the first time you guys have shown it on camera. But I also do think you're noticing a lot more because you have some sobriety under your belt. And I don't know, again, how Kyle identifies. I don't know if she identifies as an alcoholic, or if, I know she says that alcohol she was behaving in ways she didn't like and she doesn't like the way she was feeling. That to me is possible alcoholism, because when it alters you in a negative way and you feel out of control, that is when, you would identify, but it depends what she identifies as. So I don't know if she's going to quit and be sober forever, but even this moment of sobriety for her, I think is showing her a lot that she just overlooked. And she probably was drinking a lot more in recent seasons as things in her relationship got bad. Again, all speculation. And she just wanted to hide from it. And so she would get drunk. Jenny says, I'll take the $1,300 anyway. Purity ring. Might be too late at 15 in LA. I hope not. God, that sounds so horrible. I hope not. Please, dear Lord. She's messing with his head. Yes, she really is messing with his head. She is mad and he's going to pay. She has played the nice girl for too long. Being like, everything's fine. Me and Mo love each other. And there has been trouble in paradise for a long, long time. So Mauricio's like, I don't want to talk about it. We're not talking about it. And Kyle's like, see, this is why I had to go with Morgan Wallen Wade, whatever her name is, the country star. And we're going to see Morgan show up. She's going to be like, she stalked me. That's how I know her. She stalked me. And Kyle's like, I did it. No, I just did the splits. Everywhere she was, I did the splits. I just split everywhere, all over the place. So very awkward. Mauricio, Kyle exchange, and even their daughters are like, hey guys, come on. And I think Farrah was like, ooh, you're in trubs. You're in trubs. Then we see that the girls are all finally going on a girls trip. It's only episode 3 next week, and we're already get a cast trip, which is exciting. They're going to Vegas for Crystal's birthday on a private jet provided by Kyle. So they show up at the airport, the private airport, and Sutton is the second one there, the non-slutty one date wonder Sutton, who wears cat sweaters to her dates and has superior intellect. I love that Sutton said, I have superior intellect to most people. So that's probably why I don't get asked on a second date. Then cut to her going, oh, my legs. I got this restless leg syndrome or something. I'm sorry. Did I kick you in the nut? That's okay. We're too old to procreate anyways, or we should be. I already got my kids. So then they get on the plane. Everyone's excited. Erika shows up as a lizard person. She's wearing all green lizard. Okay. They're going to go to Magic Mike and they're going to celebrate. And then they're on the plane. Everyone's like, thanks, Kyle. And Kyle's like, you're welcome. I put it on the agency credit card. You just know that Kyle put that trip on Mauricio's card. Was like, you're going to pay for it, buddy. You're paying for it because she's big mad. Mauricio is like daddy and she's not happy with daddy. So they're on the flight and then Kyle says, oh, can we give Crystal her gift? And Crystal's like, oh my God, thank you, elderly women, for giving me a gift. I'm only 40. And my brother is the Chinese Justin Bieber. Thank you so much. My husband is 20 years older, but he's forever young in The Lion King. Awesome. So they give her a $3,000 sapphire and diamond necklace. It looked a little hocus pocusy to me, I'll be honest. And I don't mind a little witchy wonder Stevie Nicks, jewelry, but I didn't get it. And I didn't see Crystal wearing it. It literally looked like hocus pocus. It looked like she was going to a Wiccan convention if she wore that necklace. Maybe I didn't get a good look. Feel free to sound off in the chat. But I was like, what is this? This ain't the heart of the ocean. It is the heart of hell. It looked devilish. I'll be honest with you. It didn't look like something Crystal would wear. I feel like Crystal is very Ralph Lauren. She is very Tommy Hilfiger-like. And those are probably the impoverished versions of whatever designer she wants to wear. But she's simple, simplistic, classic, Americana. And whatever they gave her, I don't know. They put a spell on that thing. I don't know. But it was not, I don't know. Yeah, they said, put it on. She was like, thank you. This is weird. It was huge, first of all. And it looked like she was one of the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus wearing that shit. I don't know, she's going to put a spell on all of them. So, then they, what did I write there? Oh, they land and they're all picked up in red Phantoms. Is that supposed to be? I don't know nothing about no Phantoms. I didn't like the red, but I guess that's cool. Okay. So they're all like, oh my God, red Phantoms. Then Garcelle's hat goes flying. Oh, Garcelle does go over to Sutton's in this episode and they have like a nice friendship moment. I skipped over that part, probably because it was just too nice. And Sutton's talking about dating and, she feels like she lost her power in her marriage because she wasn't invited to the board meetings. She was only allowed in her marriage to be responsible and schedule one thing, and it was the summer vacation because her husband was like, stay home, take care of the babies, make sandwiches. And now Sutton, she's like, I'm so much more than a vacation planner and a sandwich maker. And then Garcelle's crying because she's like, Jax, my son, he says I was a bad mom and I wasn't there and he wanted to stay with his dad this summer. I feel like I've failed him. And Sutton goes, teenagers are assholes. And who said that last episode? Me. Teenagers are assholes and they'll say things and you just have to it's nice that Garcelle is listening to her kids, but don't listen too closely because them kids were saying, you were gone for a year, Mom. And she's like, it was 3 weeks. But as a teenager, you are melodramatic and that's how it is. That's why I used to write really shitty poetry as a teenager because that's what you do. Everything is it affects you so much. Everything is just so important. So they had that. And then Sutton said, this is why we're such good friends because we're just single moms talking to each other. sharing our single mom adventures, even though my single mom adventure is one where I'm very, very rich, very rich. But they do have a nice little friendship and they do share with each other. And so it was nice to see. It was a nice part of the episode. But sorry, I skipped over that part. So back to the red phantoms. They get picked up at red phantoms. Garcelle's hat goes flying. She's like, oh my God. And then someone saves the day and gives it back to her. They arrive at their hotel. And I don't even remember what the hotel was called, but they got a 15,000 square foot room and it was amazing. And there was a pool inside of it and its own like backyard. And Crystal obviously gets the master or the main room. It's just huge. And then Sutton is going to stay, I believe, with Garcelle. And she had her assistant 3 hours prior set up her closet. They flew in. And Garcelle's like, where do I get? What do I get, Tim? Do I get a little bit of space? And Sutton's like, oh, yeah, hun, we probably made you a little space over there. That little Avi guy, he did that. If he screwed up, it's on Avi, not me. And then Dorit and Kyle got a room together and they have their names embroidered on the freaking pillow. That's some rich people shit right there. That's some Sutton people shit right there. So Dorit was like, oh, we're sharing a bed, Kyle. And they let the rumor start. Because remember when Dorit, they flash back to Dorit kind of calling out Kyle because she was sharing a bed with Teddy. She's like, I don't understand if you are in a suite why you would share a room with each other, or a bed, I should say, a bed. And that was the first rumor of Kyle being possibly a lesbian or bisexual, was that she was maybe hooking up with Teddy Mellencamp, which I could see. I could honestly see. And Teddy would do it. I feel like Teddy would do it. Not because she's like attracted to Kyle, but I think because she thinks it would get her further or something. I don't know. So now the rumors are going to start about Dorit and Kyle, and they cut to Kyle saying at Denise Richards' party a couple seasons ago, well, I guess I'm a lesbian now. And look where we are, allegedly, with Morgan. So, you know, fate, the universe, she manifested it that day, possibly. So they're just going through the room. Sutton, again, sent her assistants. And then all of a sudden it goes 4 hours later. And they're at Magic Mike, and Erika is getting pregnant. The Magic Mikers are impregnating Erika Jane. She is like, and he's holding her up, and someone else is on stage. I don't know who. Erika, and I don't know. But Sutton's in the audience wearing some work pants. She's got some designer work pants from her Sutton collection or something, and she's appalled. Erika is getting grinded on. She's getting dry hump. She's dry humping. It's Magic Mike. I've never been to the Magic Mike show. I've never really wanted to go to Magic Mike. Not saying I never would. I just never had an inkling to do so. But Sutton is enraged. She is upset and walks out of Magic Mike. And I'm like, what's wrong with Sutton? It was almost like, I hope we don't get one of these, like when Lisa Rinna, remember when she was so offended by Erika's music being too sexual, and I'm like, and then we see Lisa Rinna's daughters, Lisa Rinna's mouth, like, give me a break. And you'll see that with Housewives, like, clutch their pearls, and we're like, didn't you write a book about sex? Aren't you nude everywhere? What's the big deal? Yes, she has sexy songs and says the see you next Tuesday a lot, but Sutton is mad, and we don't really know why, but she's mad at Erika Jane, I think. And then Kyle, I think, says, or somebody asks her, are you mad because they didn't pick you to go up on stage because of your pants or something? I'm like, what? Can you not go on the Magic Mike stage if you have pants on? Or was she worried because they're like light colored? But then she was worried about jizz stains. I don't know, you guys. I was very confused. But they're just like 4 hours later, and Sutton's like, God damn it, Erika's getting all wet, wild up there, getting a vagina boner. I'm out of here. And then she leaves, and they're trying to calm down Sutton. And here comes Erika, and Erika's like, honey, whatever. I don't care. I felt so good. Hit me right in the labia. I needed that. Tom never found it. Oh, what? Yeah, my whole vagina. He never found it. We didn't know where it was. He just threw money at it, and I stayed. Honey, other people's money. Okay. But Sutton is very mad. She and Kyle get in a fight, and we'll find out more next week on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So I'm excited for the Vegas trip. I will say this episode, kind of lame. I know I made it so interesting, you guys. But it was PK Dorit's relationship is wow. It is really hanging on by a very thin thread. Kyle is in her rebellious teenager slash midlife crisis phase. Mauricio's just like, "Oh, don't tell my secrets, man. Come on. Don't bogart my secrets, bruh." Let's see. Crystal is searching for a storyline. They have to use her birth as a storyline. Crystal is like, Rob's 20 years older. My brother's the Chinese Justin Bieber. Let's latch on to his relationship and engagement breaking up. Like she is searching. Sutton is like, I want to get out in the world, and date again and find love, but I am just intellectually superior to everybody in most ways. And then Garcelle's storyline thus far is very depressing because she's struggling with, am I a bad mom? And I don't know. I don't know enough about Garcelle's family stuff, but she doesn't strike me as a bad mom at all. I just think teenagers are melodramatic. That's really what I think. And Erika Jane, she's just a lizard person, allegedly. So she's trying to figure out empathy and get dried humped by Magic Mike and sell tickets to a Vegas show. She's busy. She's booked and busy, and she's got to save these friendships because, like she says, I don't got a lot of friends. So I got to make sure this friendship works. Thank you, Yvonne says, love the voices. Great job. Love you. Thank you so much. Love you right back. Amy says, I don't know because Magic Mike type shows make me a little uncomfortable too. Please keep your stripper sweatshirts off. For sure. I agree. Like I don't prefer to go to those things, but I'm also not going to go and then get offended. So I'll have to find out more of why Sutton was really mad, but it wouldn't offend me if my friends were getting dry humped down on stage. I'd be like, get it, girl. And I'd laugh and I'd take pictures and post it. So I don't really know why Sutton's mad. Was it her pants? I thought they mentioned her pants or something. Yes, Jackie. Like, will that Channing Tatum guy be there? No, he can't make it. Yeah, he might be a little busy. A little busy. Yeah, Erika she was the most at Magic Mike, but I wasn't mad at her behavior at Magic Mike. She was just having fun. I mean, she's single now. She can get dry humped by sweaty strangers if she wants to. She can pay for a dry hump if she wants to. It's up to her. So that's what happened in this episode. Please sound off in the comments after this video post of what you thought. I think next week is going to be 100 times better, and I am dying to find out why Sutton was so triggered and mad. I want to know. Shout out to my super chatters today. Thank you to my friend Mims, Make It Make Sense. And thank you to Chicken Head, PK Neely. Appreciate you guys so very much. And I see some of you were asking about Nana in the chat. Nana will be joining us for sporadic episodes here and there. Nana has a very big social life, you guys. And so to kind of nail her down for a night is very difficult. She's booked and busy. Nana is living her best retirement life. So when I can get Nana, we get her. But when she's busy, she's busy. So I told her, don't worry about it. You and I can cover them here and there whenever you want to. Because God bless, my mom worked hard and she deserves to have her time off, but she does miss talking to all of you guys. So Robin C, yes, my first supporter on Patreon. Hello, friend. So fun. Thanks, Jay. You are so welcome. Thank you. She's still married. Well, maybe she doesn't want to go do all the dry humping. I don't know anymore, you guys. I think this season is going to be good. But the first episode I was very impressed with. But the second episode, kind of a stinker. We saw a little, it was at times, we're seeing more of the Kyle Mauricio dynamic, which I'm here for, to actually pull back the curtain and see what's truly real. And the PK Dorit is just cringy. That Pretty Woman thing was so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you, Amy. Amy says, love you, Joleen and the Lean team. Yeah, maybe that bothered Sutton too, that she's still married or something. Yeah, put your night pants on. Nana, I know she's got her night pants on, and we'll be back with another night pants with Nana very, very soon. But she is busy. Nana is involved now with like her, not only high school, but her junior high, her Catholic, not even junior high, elementary school, her Catholic elementary school, like their committee to get together She's going on multiple trips because I am going to be, Zach Peter announced it today, but November 19th, I will be back at the Bourbon Room for Zach Peter's Friendsgiving. So I'll be co-hosting with him again and doing stand-up. There'll be Bravo celebrities there. It's going to be a really good time. And I know he had said, let's get Nana. And I would love for Nana to go. But Nana's like, oh, I'm on a trip with Jill. And then I'm on a trip with Dad. And then I'm here, there. So Nana is too booked to come to do a show with me and Zach. That's how booked and busy Nana is. But she will be visiting me in December. So I'll try to get her on some in-person lives then. But have no fear, Nana will be back. We're just letting Nana live her life because she is a popular woman, very popular. Jackie C, thank you so much for saying that. So don't forget to smash that like, you guys. Thank you so much for sounding off in the live chat, and I will be back very soon with another Bravo breakdown. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a roasted recap of Tom Sandoval's Everybody Loves Tom episode with Dr. Drew that came out last week, where he takes the narcissism test. So join me for that. Make sure you smash the bell so you get notified when I post videos and go live. All right, you guys are fantastic, beautiful, wonderful, and always remember to enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Bye.